Hey everybody, we're going to make a trash can the size of the 5-gallon bucket here out of a horse feed bag. You can use any kind of bag that's really tough, alright, dog food bags and all that, but I like the fibers. The fibers in these bags are really good. Okay, so I'm measuring around the center part is about 35 inches. I like adding maybe 1 or 2 inches onto that, and we're going to do the same thing on the height and on the bottom going around. We're going to etch around the bottom and add some room too. So that way we have the hemming, and you can probably use hot glue on this if you don't have a sewing machine. It's pretty cool. Alright, so here we go. So my full measurements is 11 on the bottom. I'm going to make 14. We're adding inches, 35 across all the way around. I'm going to make it 37 and 15 up and down. I rounded up, so it's probably like a 10 and a half actually. I made 11 and so on. And then we're making a 17 high. Now what you want to do is measure straight across, and I'm probably just going to use the whole thing. It's more than 37 inches. We want that picture and probably the name on top and that on the bottom. We don't want all the other stuff, you know, like advertisements. That can all be on the back. And we might actually need 2 of these or another something else to actually cover the bottom. Alright, so let's measure, cut, and measure twice, cut once. You don't want to use more than one bag if you don't have more. Yeah, I have a reason to show you everything. So what I did is I made 2 marks, one here, one up there for that line. Came over with the eye judgment and did it here, but see how it's too high and up there's too high. So when I took my ruler, I made it a 90-degree angle with the crease that's right here and this line. And you want to be a 90-degree angle going straight across and be a 90-degree here, so we'll get that picture right there in there with Purina up on strategy. We won't get the full name down below, but people will get an idea. It's an edge. Alright, so I'm going to take this all the way across. I might have enough room, I don't know, on the bottom to use that. It looks kind of narrow, but we'll find out. So that's my cut. This is scrap off the top, which I'm probably not going to be used much, but I'm going to keep it because I can use it for reinforcement on some projects. This I could probably keep and use for cell phone pouches and stuff, so I'm going to hang on to that. This is going to be my bottom. Okay, this comes off of the Stay Green garden soil. That's the back part. This was off of another project that I just got finished with a big curtain for my gazebo. So this is still tough. It's smoother, so it'll sit on the bottom, and you probably won't be able to see it anyway unless you picked it up and looked at it. Okay, so it'll still work the good part. The tough plastic is this, and this is what you're... Okay, guys and gals, I know it's kind of nasty looking, but what I did is I put my finger between this guy and the marker and drew it around. So when I cut, it's going to be a lot smoother, and you're not going to see that anyway. So it's going to be hemmed. You probably won't see it. Alright, so make a drawing around, use the bucket as an etch, and go around it and draw your line. Alright, I didn't do quite my plan here, but nevertheless, okay, so I have it down as 11. It's actually 10 and a half. I upped it to 11. So I went to about 12 on the cut. I didn't actually measure it. I traced it off the bottom. So I'm going to do a hem to bring it down to about 11 or 10 and a half. Alright, so that's my first hem. I curled it up. I might make it a little deeper to go down, but then what's going to happen is that hem is going to go to the bottom of this after I hem everything else. So I do hem everything, fabric and plastic. It just makes it better, makes it look better. Okay, when measuring 37 across, just go to the blue line on this case. Alright, you find a reference. I went from the blue line, I'm a little bit wide than that. Went across using the sentences to keep a straight line, and I went straight across to over here and drew my black line. And in any case, you stay wide. You already have an inch on each side and enough room to hem and actually hook them together. And what I'm going to do is put a strap. You can use any strap off of any kind of case to make your I'm going to put something there to actually hold it onto poles like at gazebos or even my sewing desk. The pole right there, it's an old thing, and I can have it right there, and it's not going to fall down, blow away, or anything like that. All right, now I'm stitching a single stitch on the bottom because it's going to be attached to the bottom round piece. So I'm not too worried about strength down there. But up on top, I do a zigzag, and then I'm going to overlay this. I'm going to fold it down one more time because I have so much room. I'm at 16 inches from top to bottom, so I have room to come down a little bit more. I want to make it really tight up on top, stiff. Alright, so it has a good foundation up on top to put whatever you might want to put inside this. So I'm going to do another cross stitch on top after I fold it down. There I am, still greater than 15.5. Got plenty of room to put the bottom on and not lose too much off the top. That's actually double rolled over now, very tough. Okay, so it looks pretty good in the front too. So notice that this is all clean. I wash everything. I have a video of all these things with the horses that somebody gave me. 53 of them. Awesome. So this is one of the projects I'm doing with it. Now, this is nylon strap, eBay. I mean, dirt cheap. Okay, you can buy your stuff off of eBay. Everything's really cheap. Thread, needles, the works. Okay, this is about the length of my hand, and I'm going to use this to put Velcro on and strap it so it can be strapped around. I'm actually going to sew it into the ends and go with that. So it's up to you how you want to do yours. I'm using sticky Velcro, and I'm going to sew on, and I got to get the gum stuff off my needle, but hey. There's a certain way when you have these together to make it to where it wraps. Now, when you're doing sticky Velcro, up here on your sewing needle is going to get sticky, and the thread's going to stick, and it's going to jam. So before that happens, while you're sewing, take a break and just scrape it off with your nail and pick it off, and it'll do just fine. I just sewed all 4 of them, so that's them. It's kind of hard to see in the dark. They're sewn and looking pretty good. Alright, so I've been doing this for a long time, so it's just an idea for me. Now this is probably the most important part. The circle over there is a certain measurement that actually corresponds with the width of this going around. So see that little crease right there? I folded, I hemmed, I folded, and that's where my next fold's going to be. On the other side, it's a little narrower. So, sorry about that. I'm in my chair and a wheelchair, so it's hard to maneuver. Okay, this one is, the fold is right in here, and as long as I'm folding those 2 spots, it's 35 inches across. That is the original 35 inches that's right there, okay, going around. 37 was my, for hemming, 35 is my measuring around. So it's important you do that before you go too small or too wide, and then that doesn't fit in. Now, if you're going to put straps on yours, okay, you need to figure out how to make it to where when these are folded in like this and around a pole. So the pole would be where my finger is, and you're going around, and you need to have the Velcro facing each other. Otherwise, it'd be twisting. So basically, the way this sits is both of them are being sewn face up or face down. So when this wraps around, it's going to grab the Velcro. Hopefully you understand that, but trust me, if you do it the other way, you're going to be twisting your straps and it won't hold on very good. Now, of course, I'm doing it inside out. This is thicker than the other one I made, so it should be able to invert right side out after we're done. So what I did is I reinforced the top. I did put, you can see the black right there. So on the inside, you can see where the straps are. All right, so they'll be facing out. All right, you got to make sure which side's up before you put the bottom on. Okay, I see the horse right there. I'm right side up, so the bottom's going to go on the bottom. And in fact, my double hem is up on top. All right, and that's also my crisscross, and my straight is down there. So that's how I know that this is my bottom. I left a little bit on the bottom so I could put the bottom on, and that's what I'm getting ready to do now. I really hope it... Now you're going to have to take whatever tray you have on there under your sewing machine off, and you're going to have to use the sleeve thing underneath. You're going to have this like this. It's going to be inside out. I'm going to have the writing on the outside facing the bottom. I hope that's the way it's going to be. Maybe I have to turn that around. I got to do a second thought on that. I might be turning it all the way around so it's all white on the outside, be all color and labels on the outside. So, but that's basically how you're going to do it, and you're going to sew going around like that. It's going to be hard to show you while I'm doing it because I'm not going to put this on a tripod and waste your time watching. Yes, this is where it gets kind of sticky, what British call sticky wicket. All right, that's what I get off of some of the TV shows. All right, I'm halfway around. It is very tight to get past this big piece. That's why I wish it was adjustable a lot. Okay, so you got to work with it, and you might be collapsing the whole thing to get it on there, but work it in. You got to keep these lined up, all right? If you go off, you got to go back and do it. I'm doing cross thread. So, reinforced over where the hem is. Okay, it looks like I covered all the bases. I don't think there's too many places where I have a hole coming through, which I'm not worried about. So let's turn it inside out and see what it looks like. And there it is. My first with the belts, and I'm going to have to heat that again. It looks like it's coming off at the end, so I have to heat them up again, but that's from the strap onto a pole. It could be on a gazebo, one of those portable gazebos at a craft fair, and it could be a trash can. You can actually put the plastic, small plastic trash bags in there. Okay, and also when you're at a craft fair, you can have 4 of these, one on each side. I'd probably go with one large, and then the smaller ones I make on other ones, and put 1 gallon bags of water in there, and it'll hold down the gazebo. Hey everybody, just a quick add-on here. I had to put some clips on here to hold the plastic bag into place. It's a normal small trash can. Even use a paper clip. It works out good. Have it strapped on to my sewing machine, so now I have some place to put all of my scrap. And as long as I keep it dry, hey, I can just throw the stuff away and never have to change out the bag. Alright, so once again, subscribe so you'll have more cool videos. Bye now.